So it's, of course, 2021. Who would have thought it would have ever got here? But it has. So my name's Drano44. I hope you had a fantastic new year. Hope it was as good as it could possibly be, given the circumstances. And I thought I would bring you a Rocket League video. So this one is slightly different. Basically, it's about tournaments, actually. So, you know, of course, having played a bit more Rocket League as of late, you know, just tried to sort of like really get into the game, kind of enjoy it, to be honest. I think it's actually really, really fun. But one thing that I certainly have noticed in regards to tournaments is just the fact that they are very, very stressful and frustrating at times. Now, the prizes locked behind the tournaments, the exclusive items, the cosmetics, all the things that you can randomly win, are very nice, and they're awesome, and they look really good. But there are a lot of things behind the scenes that just maybe need some improving. Now, don't get me wrong, Rocket League, one thing I will say about the game, unlike Apex Legends, for those that play and watch the videos, play the game, you'll kind of know that there are various issues, unfortunately, with that game, especially on console. The inordinate lag, extreme frustration with the audio and things like that. Now, you don't get any of that in Rocket League, which is really, really nice. But, you know, no game is perfect, and I just wanted to kind of highlight a few things. Now, it's not a moan or a bitch at the game or complain about how bad it is, because it's not. In a lot of ways, it's a very, very entertaining and very fun game to kind of casually play without trying to stress too much. Although, if you're competitive like me, you might stress a bit more than most, but hey, that's one of those things. So, of course, with tournaments, I mean, probably the biggest thing for me is the wait time. So if you register in for a tournament at the times that they give you, which apart from on weekends they only give you 3 a day. It varies time-wise because obviously it will depend on what region you're in and what country, but you're left then waiting 15 minutes and you've got absolutely nothing to do for 15 minutes because you're not able to enter into any matches, you're not able to do anything at all apart from maybe go into training. But then whenever me and my friends try and go into like sort of bot training just to kind of practice shots and do stuff, we get errored and they get kicked. It's fine for them rejoining and things like that. Fortunately that all works, but however it just means it's a big time waste, we can't do anything, and yeah, it's kind of frustrating. Now you can see in the background the footage it's playing is actually a tournament match that I did earlier today. There is a reason for this particular video. I hadn't woken up that long after, so I don't think I really played that great, but however, fortunately, you know, we kind of, you know, made up for it and had a bit of an okay match in the end, but the ending was a bit terrible, which is the part that I'm also going to be going into. Now, the thing is that with tournaments, like I say, the wait time for 15 minutes is a long time. You're not able to enter into any casual matches, you're not able to do anything. You basically can only go training or basically go and get some food or drink or whatever, but of course, you know, if you are trying to, you know, enter into more than just one tournament, you're kind of left waiting around. Now, obviously, if you only do one a day, it's not so bad, to be honest. But, of course, if it's more than that, you're left then trying to, you know, there's just not so much you can do. And, you know, you can chat to your friends sometimes, but sometimes it can be very, very boring. So, you know, it's kind of like one of the things I'd love to sort of see them change, actually. It's just that, you know, you can go into casual matches, and then, you know, if it makes you leave because you registered for a tournament, if it's a full team, the other team just win, job done, no problem. And that would be absolutely fine, you know, like at the end of the day, it would just make kind of like it easier for everyone, and there would be that less waiting around. But then there's more things about it. I mean, okay, big thing is that the credits that you get is very minimal. You get 3 weekly placements, of course, for a lot of you who will know that, and they're the highest placements depending on what league you're in. You will then get some extra credits for placing, you know, maybe getting past mainly the first round, because to be honest, you only get 700 for basically being eliminated in the first round out. But you know, like probably the biggest thing with that is that one is that if you do those 3 placements early on in the week, you are then left with absolutely nothing else to do. Now, you can, of course, win extra credits by getting further in the tournaments, but if your friends aren't playing, or you're not really able to get on when your friends are, and of course then it is you playing with randoms, unfortunately the randoms are really dreadful, and it seems to be that the higher tournaments, of course, reward more credits. Now, don't get me wrong, I get that that is something that, of course, should be a fair thing. You know, people who are at higher skill levels, like any game, you'd expect them to get rewarded more, and I'd want that. But the credits that you get for the lower cups, I mean, at the moment I'm in gold, I'm sort of plat level in 3v3s, I'm not the most competitive player in all that, but you know, we literally get 700 for a progression, and then it goes down even worse and actually ends up to like 600 for the next round and things like that. So it's quite kind of frustrating in that sense, because again, trying to just, you know, win anything really, you can open like a couple of prospects, but you can't unlock the better cups unless you're higher placements, and that is really, really hard without a full team especially. The randoms 9 times out of 10 are absolutely dreadful. Sometimes you get a good one, but you know, the chances of you getting 2 good randoms if you're playing by yourself is really, really hard, and there's usually always one that's the worst player ever. They bump into you, they cause a lot of problems, and of course it's an absolute nightmare. Now, as you can see with this particular match playing in the background, it is not going the way that I would like. I feel very, very kind of like frustrated about this particular match in a way. Now, you kind of will be wonder why in actual fact, but it's actually what happens at the end. Now, we go on to actually have a very, very good match, and you wouldn't believe this, with 40 seconds left, you would not believe that we actually have some amazing god comeback. I can't even believe it. I'm quite shocked, but it was nice. You know, it was really, really good. But, you know, before I get into that, I mean, credits need to be more for the lower cups, I think, just so you can actually open. There needs to be more weekly placements, and there definitely needs to be just maybe another way where you can buy maybe the cosmetics or the things that you want, but for more credits would be really good as well, just to give people like, okay, you know, you have to spend more, and you could still, you know, randomly do them, but at least at the end of it, you might be able to get actually an item that you wanted. Now, would you believe that we got this to 3-3 with 20 seconds left? It's absolutely crazy. Couldn't believe it when we're 3-1 down. I don't know how that was, and I was literally, you know, fist in the air going, yes, brilliant, you know, because that was absolutely not expected. I mean, I thought we were just going to get absolutely, you know, it was going to be 3-1, we were going to lose, and I was going to get nothing because I've already had my higher placements. So if we get eliminated out in the first round, you get absolutely nothing, and it's very, very frustrating. Fortunately, you know, we kind of like, oh, right, okay, yeah, we get it to extra time, which is nice, and yeah, it goes from there. Now, as I say, this is very early on with my Rocket League videos, so do excuse it if it isn't perfect. I will be getting a laptop actually in a couple of days, so I'm going to have a bit of a play around with editing software and titles and all those good things, and hopefully I'll kind of have a lot more effects and a lot more better things. And I do plan to do some more videos just as much as I can, just because I kind of like doing the editing, I like doing the videos, and I like sort of certainly talk about games that I do enjoy playing. Yes, I bashed into my teammate twice. I don't know why he was in my way, and I spend most of the time trying to find boost, because in 3v3 it is borderline impossible. You wouldn't believe it. Now, here comes the great part. So the team have been pretty solid defensively up till the end. I managed to sneak a goal into the corner, and it's like, yes, overtime goal, we went on to win. Absolutely amazing. Thought it was brilliant. And I did notice as well, actually, that my teammate, the Ruby guy, actually had a black body Dominus, and I have to say, I thought it looked sick as. I thought it looked amazing, and it makes me want to get one at some point. So, you know, okay, so this is where the main part is. They need to sort this out. So basically, it loads up. It's like, right, okay, yeah, get some crappy XP, get progressed to the next round. I didn't leave when my party did. I don't know why I do that. Click continue. And then this is what happens. How frustrating is this? After a great match I would add, how frustrating is this? And this is probably the most frustrating part. So it comes up with the tournament, and then it kicks me out. Kicks me out. Now, on the replay there, I don't quite realise. I kind of like, well, I kind of half realise, half don't. I'm like, I'm not in the tournament. And I'm not in the tournament. I don't get any credits. They get 2v2. I couldn't rejoin because they're both on PC and they're not on my friends list. And I had no way of rejoining the match. I lose my credits, and just to top it off as well, I got a 2.5 hour tournament ban, so I couldn't do the next one because of a complete error. So yeah, very frustrating. Have you had these experiences? Have you had something like this? If you have, drop me a comment below. And if you have any new suggestions or any ideas, drop them in the comments below as well. That'd be fantastic. Would love to check them out as well. But that is it for me on Rocket League. So if you liked the video, you found it informative, useful, all that good stuff, drop me a like. If you want to subscribe, do. I'll be posting as many videos as I can this year. But otherwise, that is it from me, Drama44. You take care. See you later. Bye.